All right, ready to go.
There you go.
Ready to go.
Alrighty, let me just get some shows right here.
Roblox.
Alright. Alright, so the past few days I've been rolled out some options. I know last hangout we had, some of us wanted to just show you guys how I kind of do this. Now, this is just my kind of swing on, things, and obviously it's a pull together of things that are out there that it just kind of seems that I've put together and that's been working. So
Yeah.
I'm still working on it. Like, one of the biggest things is what what options, what tickers to actually trade in the morning, because there's so much, right? One of the things I do go to is a bar chart, and I'll go to options, and I'll go to unusual options activity on there.
Good stuff.
You can hear me, right, Dylan?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear
All
you.
right. Yeah. All right. Perfect. So, once I'm on there, I would see this chart. Obviously, this is just I don't have an account or anything, so this is everything here that's free. I'll go over here and sort the open interest, and I want to see what's the highest open interest they have right now on the unusual contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So right
There
here,
you go. Forward.
you'll see you'll see it says Ford, right? $25 strike price, expiration date. We all know that that date is already. Wait, hold on 1 second. Put that back from there. All right. Yep. So $25 strike price. That's expiration date. That's what I'm looking at. And of course, I'm looking at the open interest and implied volatility. Um, so of course, that date is gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that day was passed. So let's look at, like, for example, Bank of America expiration date. Wait. So we look. Snap. Sorry.
What is the 18th? Is it Tuesday?
The 18th is
That's Tuesday, huh?
Tuesday. Yep, Tuesday.
Hmm. Typical. The expiration dates are on Friday now.
Usually.
Usually.
Yeah,
I
kind
wonder
of
if they
weird.
did. I wonder if they rolled that
So
one over.
okay. So I mean, I would just so that's on there. I would take a quick look on the chart. So I'll go trading view. I'll pull it up. Now, some of the option tickers, like for example, SPY and stuff, I would have already, have my lines drawn, the support and resistance from the top down,
Yeah.
day, hour, or but like on a chart that, like, Bank of America, I don't really usually trade this, so I wouldn't have those lines there, and it's not important at this moment to do it the way that I'm looking at these options, right? So I pull that up, and it's on the daily. I'll look on the daily. Not looking on anything else, not on the hourly or 4 hours, on the daily. So the very first thing I want to do is to get a support and resistance line drawn. But my resistance, I want to get it as close to the top of the last day that this candle closed. So I'm looking for it somewhere where it's kind of at least 2 to 3 points. There's a touch point. So I see one right here, and I'll take that. All right. So I'll draw that. like there.
You purposely put it a little bit above?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I want to actually at least get at least 2 touches somewhere there.
Okay.
See this one there. You know, I could bring this down here,
I didn't know if you were
but
putting
I
it
would
there
prefer.
for like extra confirmation, that it was going
Yeah,
to break through it.
correct. So where there's 2 candles kind of like flush. So
Uh-huh.
if I put it here, that one kind of went over it. A
Yeah.
tad bit. If I extend it here, then I can stretch that. It's
Yeah,
not that much.
it's a
It'll
good
give me more
medium.
room.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
little medium. I see that doji candle all the way to your left side of your screen too, also hitting that same area.
It lines up perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I'll put that get that support line in, right? And that support will come down. Say here, kind of like looks like a
yeah.
good
Yeah, I like that.
support right there, right? Yeah. So we'll change that color to green.
You still ain't playing with
Alright,
that
so-
magnet tool yet, huh?
You know what? I do, but you know how fidgety it gets
Oh, yeah.
once you're trying
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you can't draw a box with that thing
Yeah.
on. That's for dang sure.
Yeah. So this is 14th. Okay. So once I get those 2 nice lines, and then like you see, I'm not going all the way far trying to squeeze it in because
Yeah, I think I see what
I'm
you're
trying
doing
to,
there.
yeah, just
I
trying to
think I
get
know.
something that's very recent because I'm this right here is just telling me this is going in right.
I see why they're buying calls. I mean the Stoke and RSI is pretty far up there, so I kind of question that judgment, but I see why they are.
Yeah. Let's see. So
And
my
financials
next
are
thing is I'm gonna get a trend line going. Right. So I'm gonna pick a pivot. I'll pick. Sorry. Okay. So I'll pick that as my pivot. And I try not to cut any candles. You can cut the wicks, but
not the body.
not the body. So
Okay.
we got one touch here, another one. We got one here going, right? And let's change that to probably let's do what we're doing here.
Financials are hot right now too.
Yeah. So we'll do purple. Alright, that's there. And I'll take a here.
And question why you draw that. Have you ever used the ray tool?
Array? No, I've never used array.
It's nice for trend lines. You just pick the first point and then pick the second point, and it automatically just shoots the line across the whole chart. It's really nice when you have the magnet on there too. I think so. I'm just gonna guess here what we're going for is you're looking to see which way the next daily candle will go because most likely we're not going to have an inside bar.
Correct. Right? So
Man, you're brilliant.
that would be there.
I've never thought of it like that.
Yeah. So that's as tight as we get. So you kind of have like a small triangle pendant.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to call it. So right here, the next candle will probably open somewhere. Say it's like so right here at that resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Right where that is. So $48, right?
Okay.
Right at 48. So at 48, I would put a call. So I'd look at my option chain and see at 48, what's the next? What's the strike price? At 48, what kind of option chain they have for that? So say if they have the next one is probably 50. On Bank of America. So if it breaks $48, that would be my call price. But right here, that would probably be where my stop loss would be.
Your take profit?
Take profit.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
take profit right there. Okay. Now if it uh, passes there, then you just let it run.
Hmm.
You know, only because of this uh, resistant line is here. That's the only reason I'll take that next option call here.
Hmm.
But if there was no resistance here closer to this, then obviously I'll take it right outside here.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. You're
Because
trying
here's
to
the
take the breakout.
correct. Then my puts is where they're going to be right under this candle
Hmm.
right here. So at 47.45. So if anything breaks 47.45, I'm going to go for a put.
Nice.
And I will, you know, right here would be my big profit.
So, if it broke 47.18,
Mhm.
why wouldn't you hold it? Your lowest
Well,
line. Your lowest
no,
line.
no. I mean, sorry. So if I'm looking here, also this gap, right? So I'll take the whole thing because depending on how wide it is. So probably here, maybe I will take my take profit, probably somewhere
Oh damn! I didn't even.
between
I
this,
wasn't even paying attention. I
yeah,
didn't even see that gap there. It's probably gonna
yeah,
fill it.
this zone right here, right?
Hell yeah! That's a good.
So
That's a good chunk of change.
yeah, so you're looking all the way from here to here, and you're just
Nice.
looking for that break point there.
Yeah, I
So
never thought to look at it that way. Because if you think about it, not very many times are you gonna get an inside bar. Which for
mhm,
anybody that
mhm,
doesn't know, that means a candle that's entirely inside kind of
the triangle.
the high and low of the previous candle.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's got to go either up or down to
Yeah,
make a chart.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so I've got a question, Prem. So when do you actually take are you trading on this time frame, or are you going down to a lower time frame and waiting for some sort of confirmation in either direction?
So that all depends, right? So I mean, I'm gonna go down to a. So after I set this chart up, then I will set trading view alert for the price point that I pick out, right? So I don't have to sit there and wait.
Hmm.
But most times, say I set the alert for right here to do a put 50, right? You got me. You're with me so far.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
So 47.50, uh, TradingView gives me an alert. Hey, price hits. So I'll go down right down to the 15 minute, right? And when I'm looking at that, I'm gonna look at see where if it broke it with what kind of candle was it? A big candle that barely touched it? Where is it going? You know? I might even go all the way down to 5 minutes at that point, right? At that 5 minutes, then look. I mean, it has to happen almost quickly, but that's what I'm looking at. Did it break it? But what was the candle? Was it just a small candle, or was the candle, you know, kind of have some size to it? Broke that price point, and then take the trade, from there.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes sense because if it's gonna break the low of the previous day,
Hmm.
most of the times when uh, when a stock starts off in the direction, like in the morning, let's say it just starts heading downward, most of the time that entire day it'll continue to head downward. And it can change
Yeah.
direction the next day, but for that day it's going to continue heading downward. So if it breaks to the low of this daily candle, it's easy to say that it's going to be heading down. It's going to turn into a red candle. It's going to go down for the day.
And sometimes when you chart it out, you might be able to take uh, profits or make profit both on a put and a call, depending on how tight this area is, right? Because sometimes you get that big drop, it retests an area, like probably it fills this gap here, and who knows, it starts going back up.
Mm-hmm.
And if it breaks that price point, I'll get an alert. And I'll take a look at it and then go for some calls. You know, depending on how that 5 minute, you know, chart chart look at that point.
Nice.
We can pick another one from here just to,
It's 8:22 there.
Apple.
I like Apple.
Apple.
There's two there. They were buying puts and calls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
What's
got a quick question.
Let me look at that screen for a minute there.
Yeah. No problem. No problem.
Red ass glass volume. Volume on the calls were 98,000. Volume on the puts were 18,000. Oh wow, that could have helped me on Friday afternoon, huh? I just seen it it was under that 172, so I'm like, okay, we dying. Let's go. That's okay. I only gave back $100 for the day, so it was worth the test.
Yeah.
Because if that thing would have started sinking, man, I would have been paid.
Oh, we'll get it. We'll get it once it hit.
I'm watching.
Yeah. Someone had a question.
Yeah, I had a question. So, uh, this what was that? Friday?
Yeah.
I actually had my chart up for Tesla. I did my lines, everything like that. Not the same way as this, but uh, it broke past that resistance. But and I waited about 5 minutes, but it didn't. What I noticed is it didn't hold because of volume. That's when I gave the shout out on the chat that it was forming a bull flag, but it didn't have the volume to support it. So
Hmm.
I got into a call and it went up, but it shot back down because it couldn't hold. So how often would you say like? Because you say you get a call option as soon as it breaks your
Yeah.
trend line, correct?
Yeah. So I would look at the e candle. Mostly I am trading. Uh, this is not, I would say, a usual way of what how I used to do my my option calls,
Mm-hmm.
before.
Honestly,
It's just,
it's a beautiful, easy, simple way
yeah, it's just, it's just a way that,
to get
while
insane.
I was looking and seeing what, some people out there have been doing, and just trying to take my own mix into it, and trying to figure out the pieces and puzzles, and I mean it has been working, to an extent. I mean, when the price targets are hit, whether the
The
calls or the
higher the low.
puts. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we have Apple here that, it's on a daily chart. So, I'll put that.
Prim, real quick,
Uh,
you see if you leave your cursor in one spot,
uh,
it's not popping up right. Oh, it's probably because you're in drawing mode. I'll wait till you go ahead, drop your line where
yeah,
you want to drop it.
yeah. So right here,
Okay,
good
now if you
support.
leave your cursor in one spot, you see over
Uh-huh.
to the right where your price scale is. You see that plus symbol right beside
Yeah.
price.
Yep.
Just for everybody that doesn't know, if you hit that plus, it'll automatically add an alert right there at that price.
Right here,
Very handy.
and then we'll do the resistance.
Man, I don't know why I'd never thought of it this way.
Yeah.
Really, because if it's obviously it needs to test the high of the previous day and then break out. So, but if it's gonna like on that Friday candle, it broke the low of the previous day, and of course it
Yeah.
doesn't look like it ran very much. But these are daily candles, so they're not gonna
Yep.
look like a $1 million lottery ticket. But that's a big move.
It is. So right there, put that
Right.
your resistance right there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then something like that. Here. How are we looking there, Dylan?
I like it.
You like it? All right.
I don't like how that stochastic is so far down. Like we're gonna go up. I don't want it to go up. No, I don't care. I'll
Well,
play it either way.
yeah. Well, at this, with this kind of way, kind of could see both ends going. You just gotta wait for that price target to hit, right? And then it's kind of game on from there. So here again, very easy, right there. You know, I'll drop right, probably right below that this candle right here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at 171.36. So 171.25. If it breaks that, you know,
Puts
we're
it.
doing we're doing puts. You know, you can come as far as right here.
Previous high.
Yep, 173, 76, 75, and go for your calls. You know,
Oh yeah.
and this one here, I will probably look. So see, these are one of the lines we drew. You know, previously. So why not take this area as a take profit coming down somewhere there?
Yep.
You know, and it doesn't have to be in it. It can be right on the top here. Some more. Right where this candle landed, right here. I don't know if you see that, Dylan.
Yep.
At one, at
There's
two,
3 of them.
almost there. Once if that drops, you're looking at look
Easy
all the way
target.
there. Yeah.
Honestly, if it gets down there again, since it's already tested 3 times, it'll probably go through it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you just load up on some more.
We have this weekly zone here, and then this zone, so daily. So I mean, we have those zones
Yep.
to break.
It also,
So
if you
I mean,
look at it in that perspective, it made kind of one high over there on the left. Couldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it was higher there in the middle one, but this final right side, it failed to make a high.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's how I've been looking at it, and when I've been sending it out, that's all I've been doing. But hopefully, I want to figure out a way how to see the volatility a little bit more, like early in the morning, so in that way, once I give those couple of stickers, they're gonna actually move. You're gonna see some movements. But I mean, this on Apple right now, they're
Yeah, that volume was
takes so
pretty
long.
big.
What? Yeah. So right here, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of interest on the calls.
What's the expiration? So those expired.
Yeah, these are expired. So I guess
But the
right
puts,
here on the
puts
21st,
aren't.
they're looking for some puts right here.
Yeah.
You know,
They might see the same thing I do.
Yeah. So, but if you look at it, maybe they're looking at this.
Well, in your perspective here, it did break the low of the previous day, of Thursday. And from my perspective, it's tested that support 3 times, and it failed to make a higher high.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So I think somebody sees what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Send it.
And just something to point out here while everyone is here. For me, I love the RSI, and one of the reasons I do, because this 50 mark line makes a huge difference for me, because I know once it dips in the bottom here, it's going to sit in a downtrend.
Yeah.
It comes above that 50 mark, I mean, it'll come up and go up back and come up and go back up if it's on an uptrend. And same thing, if it's in a downtrend, it'll come up, hit that 50 mark, come right back down. And those simple things like that makes a difference once you're trading,
Yeah.
trading your stuff. But that's it. That's usually what it is. right now where I've been going through and just trying to pick it out for everyone. And I can't play everything, but at least those who wants to take a crack at it, it's there. You know.
Nice.
Prem, I got a question.
Yeah.
So, given that you need to look at the bar charts data for
Mm-hmm.
the open interest and stuff like that, when
Mm-hmm.
is the best time to set up this chart? Is it like right before the market open on next day, or
I
you
would
could do that in the evening after the market closes? Like, what is the best time to do this?
either or, but so our charts are just something I look at. I know there are some stocks that I usually like. We as a group are very fond of, like SPY, but most likely like okay, Wells Fargo, Steel. You know, those tickers. I mean, we've been trading like ever since. So I wouldn't usually go there. That would be one of those charts I'll probably chart the night before. Now, if I see anything on bar chart, it's usually well around at 8:30 Eastern time. You know, an hour before the market opens.
I would say probably during the week, more
Mm-hmm.
specifically Monday. I
Mm-hmm.
would I would look at bar chart on like Monday or Tuesday early in the week in the evening time because it
Mm-hmm.
just makes sense for everybody that bought their uh, calls or puts that maybe are planning on swinging them for the week. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they already got them in,
Yeah.
and so you could see who had the highest interest and the highest volume and stuff like that. But also, if you are subscribed to Vision or just the Discord, if you look in the premium perks and go to the option signals, that's exactly what our option signals are. Our unusual volume or unusual options activity. Ours is just provided by Benzinga, but um,
Yeah.
there's a search bar up in the top of Discord, and I sit here. I hit enter. I type in Tesla, and I just hit enter over and over again, and so it refreshes, and I just see what's going on in the options activity because it can help you base which direction just by that.
Yeah. Yeah. So all those probably little here and there. I would probably start, taking a look at those. I don't know what Finviz um
I'm not sure if they show
kind
option
of
stuff or not.
is, but what I mean, I haven't touched it or looked at it, but it was just a thought that just came into my head. On Finviz they have those wedges, right?
Yeah, yeah, the patterns.
Yeah, the patterns. Is to pull those up, you know, and
Yep,
and see what looks good, and probably you know pick them up and chart them, you know, and and tell from then. So
nice.
I don't know, but so far it's just picking up those things that we usually know that moves.
Yeah,
Where usually have those moves every day. You know,
I'm gonna
but
run out to my
that's
truck real quick.
yeah.
You can keep on going.
One follow-up question: do you follow this for day trading or for swing as well? Like the same method, or is it gonna be in the different time frames?
Okay, so this with this same it's daily. So I'm looking at it daily, but my strike price is usually a week out.
Hey, Prem. So, quick question: how often are you seeing inside bars on this strategy? Because I mean, that would be the only thing that would not work that I can
Mhm.
see. How often do you see inside bars here?
Well, I have a list, and I'll just try to probably eyeball it first before I even you know see that in bar um you know trend line in there. So it's just kind of eyeballing it and going through the stuff here and there. Um, like it said, I haven't been doing this probably for you know a very very long time, but it's something that I've now been starting to work on. So if it doesn't have that trend line that I'm looking for, I just skip it, move on to something else. You know. So that's where I'm at. Where I am at with it right now.
So as an example, just if you were to go to your left, um, back on that same chart,
Hmm.
right around, keep going left, a little bit more, keep going. So in that area right there, how would you, if you were going to chart that, what would you do there if that was the day you were looking at?
This day,
Yeah, those 4 days right there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Hmm.
One, two, three, four. I don't know. Probably. Let me see. I'll put a. See if we can put a two, three. I just want to make sure this one, this one, this one, and this one. Correct.
No, the red bar to the right, the that green
This one.
bar.
This one.
No, go 2 bars to the right.
Okay.
This so the first bar and then 3 bars after that.
Two, three. Okay. So I'd probably look for that support and resistance here. So coming off of this one. Go for that red.
Man, the stochastic is so good. Have you tried the Fisher out yet, Prem?
I did load it the last time we had a live, but I didn't had a chance to even play around and just check it.
Like it's very similar to the stochastic, but just smoother and seems a little more accurate sometimes.
Let's see, so this would be our um, so for this one here. So all right, so that's that's exactly how I would chart that right there.
Makes sense.
Right there. Of course, I'll bring that in, and then I would come up a little bit. That's where my 164, right where that target is. If it passed there, that would have been my call trigger to put in a call, and right here at 160, 161.70 as my put trigger there.
I like it.
Seems doable.
Yeah. Then your entry's on the 15.
My entry's on the 5.
On the
5 I'll look as soon as I get 15 at that point is way too long. Put it in. But at that point, when I'm looking at that signal, it's basically the candle size. Is it just a wick that just went through there, or a candle just
Yeah.
candle just bled past it at that point?
Yeah, you want
You
some
got to be quick.
clear movement through there.
Yeah. So candle, you take, you got all the way up here. A strike price probably you would have had probably what, a 165 strike price probably, or 165.50.
Yeah, I'd buy
Let's
it.
take
I'd
profit
buy
all
it.
the way.
You're in the money,
Yeah.
so a
Yeah.
couple bucks back. But it's easy to. I mean, you can look at these candles. Just pick any candle, and you
Yeah.
just tell yourself, I'm gonna day trade it, but I'm looking at it to break the previous day high or low, either one,
Yeah.
and we'll play it up or down. Day trade. Oh, I definitely wouldn't hold. You never know what
It's
the
sort of
next
like
thing.
it's sort of like an opening range breakout type of strategy,
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah, it's brilliant.
And then you're hitting it on the first 5-minute close.
Yeah.
Either way,
Either way. Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
Vision
so-
will have a signal for you when it's going through too.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be some
So
momentum.
I mean,
there.
that's like a bonus,
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some
Yeah.
momentum going through it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do if pre-market has already, let's say the high, let's say in pre-market it broke the high of the previous day. What do you do then? Because we can't buy until the market opens, of course.
Well,
Do you wait for?
It's wait. I'm still waiting.
You wait for. Well, I'm saying if it's already above that high of the previous day.
So I mean, that
Do you
would
wait
kinda,
for a test or?
I would wait for a test or a break.
Okay.
So if it tested that area and go back up, then yeah. If it breaks that area, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna still wait for it to, break this area. I mean, that's just me personally at that point. I'm not gonna wait for it to,
Yeah.
as soon as it breaks this area, then say, okay, well, call trigger has now become my put trigger. No, I'm gonna
Right.
wait for it to break that.
Oh, okay.
Are you usually going off the 5 or the 15 or higher time frames?
With this, when I'm charting the day.
Or I mean, like when the open.
He said he takes the entry on the 5.
The 5 minute.
Oh, okay. Next.
Nothing more, nothing less than that. 5 minutes.
So if it's
Entries.
too choppy, do you just wait or what do you do?
Have 4 or 5 of these charted up, probably.
Yeah.
See what the best one is.
Which one is hidden? On my account. One of the things with this, one of the reason I'm working with this is a lot of us out there don't have, a couple of $1,000 to start off with. But I mean, with this strategy, you got a couple $100 in your account, you can grow it significantly fast. You just have to be on the right chart at the right time. once the right trigger pulls,
Hmm.
you get in on that call or put options, and you're there. You know?
I love the idea of it because, like I said, there's not going to be too many times. I mean, I see a couple uh, that would have turned into an inside day that didn't break the previous day high or low.
Mm,
But most of the time, especially if you're working with a trending chart like
yeah,
SPY would be something great to do this on,
yeah,
um, because the chart's always trending. So your candle is always going to either grow in an upward direction, like you see Apple here most of the days there, just keep ripping up, or it's going to be going down. So because it's hard to explain. The chart can't stay sideways.
yeah,
It can't,
yeah.
unless it's like just some trash stock like GNUS or something. Um, but it can't stay sideways, especially on these good names like this. So if it breaks the previous high of the previous day, it's almost, man. If you're good at exits, and you have an exit plan, especially if you have a stop and an exit plan, I mean, you're golden, pony. I mean, look at how many
Yeah.
times, like you see some doji candles, like the one right there in the middle on the 13th or the 14th, maybe. Um, it's a little doji candle, but it broke that previous day high, that big green candle, and there was still
Mm-hmm.
room in there to make profit. So even on a candle like that, I mean, you still have room in there, plenty of room to make profit.
Would it be a thing to maybe employ a range strategy on the inside bar days?
I don't know. I see the big thing for me. I try,
Mm.
and I know everyone has their own way of this this stuff together. But for me, it's really just truly what how how can I just do it with the least amount
Risk.
of risk and least amount of effort.
Mm-hmm.
Just think that you put in too much of these extra stuff in there. Then it
Absolutely.
becomes analysis paralysis. Where do
Uh-huh.
I? It then becomes I'm going up or I'm going bottom to where am I going to go? I
Absolutely.
have all this stuff in play. As simple as I draw that line. That line is there. My support and resistance. I got my call trigger and put triggers, and that I'm sticking by it. You know.
Absolutely. I think
Makes sense. This is great, man.
I think adding
Yeah.
too much crap on your chart is
Yeah, by the time you try to figure out, okay,
Bollinger
where's my stoke,
Bands,
where's my RSI,
fib.
Bollinger Range, fib, guess what? Your trigger is gone and it's too late,
Yep.
to
Uh-huh.
get in on that option trade.
Prem, what's your trading view username?
Trading view, Prem 2023.
I should have asked you in 30 seconds later.
Uh,
Hang on 1 second.
yeah,
I'm gonna add you
Prem 2023.
real quick. Okay, so PREM.
Yep,
Let my keyboard come on here. PREM. What was it after that? 2022.
2023.
Oh, I see it. I didn't see you bring it up. Okay. So I added you just there to the secret sauce.
Uh,
So I guess I kind of was thinking in the same direction you are here
yeah,
when I
yeah.
had Josh write this script for me. See if you can add it to the chart there and look at it on the daily.
All
So I guess I kind of was thinking in the same direction.
right.
I just never thought about it as clearly as you just explained it. That was, um, you have to go to the invite only down there.
There we go.
You might even have. Oh, there it is. I figured you would have had to refresh the page. Can you delete all your lines? Was that it screwing up your stuff there?
Yeah, that's all right. I can do that.
Yeah, you'll have to just refresh your page. I figured that would happen. Stupid trading view. Man, it's such a. I'm about to start just looking at that. Especially adding that into my monthly and weekly
Mhm.
lines, and then 5 minute with vision. I mean, it's just let's go. Yeah, it looks like you gotta add it again.
So,
Ford's been on a ripper.
you see that I charted, or that's that picture I sent you guys earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That right there.
Go to the settings of that real quick.
Settings.
Go to see the days of data.
Yeah.
Let's say 2. And then hit OK. And you see the little eyeball to the left of the chart above the trash can?
The trash can. Yep.
Can you click that real quick?
Hmm?
Okay, I thought so. I was going to say, oh, man, I wonder what the lines are. See. Okay, so let's see. Hit the eyeball again, or the settings deal on the secret sauce. And then check the include open and close. That's what we're missing. And I guess just change. No, that's probably okay. Change it to the days of data number, the 1 real quick. Let's see what day that picks up. Yeah, okay, so that picked up the Thursday bar.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, that's good. Now we can check. Now we can look at that. So it breaks that upper green line. You can buy calls, and then when it broke the kind of aqua colored line, you can buy puts.
Yeah. Yeah. See it.
Sheesh. You set alerts on those lines, and too,
Yeah.
just like you were saying. You ain't even got to look at it all day.
Hey, if you have that with Vision S&R, is it too noisy, or does it look?
I would say
good?
probably so. I mean, if you're talking about at the secret sauce like he has right there, plus the Vision SNR, probably so, because they look so similar.
Oh, okay. Looks nice.
Yeah, that was just something I had Josh. So I was like, hey,
looks really good right there.
draw this up for me here. Yeah, it makes sense. It broke the body low of Thursday, and it broke the low of day on Thursday. Easy money.
Yeah, no, I lost mine because I bought a 70 or 175 put or call.
I could have taken profit. I was up like 15%. I bought some puts.
Yeah, I was up like $40, and I was like, maybe I'll go further, and then no, it just tanked. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
we were
fucking
watching. We were looking at it. I think it was Wednesday night, and we were like, "Man, that 172 level is strong." And we were like, "If it goes below that, let's load up." I kind of got in a little late, but
I'm hoping it'll bounce back, so I can at least break even.
no comment.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, I know, but
Perfect.
here's to hoping.
Perfect.
Yeah, Dylan, I asked earlier, I don't know if you heard me, but so are you still testing on this secret sauce, or is that something that's probably going to be available soon?
I mean, basically, it's done. I can see if Josh will push it public. I think.
Well, I mean, I had the vision out, but you say it's invite only, right?
Yeah, it's just something that it's secret sauce. No, I just wanted him to. I was like, man, give me something that shows me the previous day, low, high, open, close, all that good stuff. Because like I said, I guess I was kind of thinking in the same way as Prem. But it'll go back. What did it say, Prem? Like 10 days or something?
Yeah. No.
I think I saw like 6.
Yeah, something like that. Which that does get a little busy when you have all of that, but I mean, once you get down on the 5-minute time frame, it's a little better. But which I mean, yeah, I'll see if I'll talk to him. I'll send him a message here in a little bit, and I'll see if he'll push it public. I don't think he wanted to add anything else to it. I mean, we could probably throw some signals on it, once it breaks that area and closes below it on a 5-minute chart.
I come with the trend lines on there too.
No, Prim added those on there. He is
Oh, but holy shit,
he
dude.
is playing with something that auto draws trend lines for you.
Uh,
It was looking
wow.
very very good. It's just some spots would be wonky, of course, but of course nothing can be 100%.
That the trend lines indicator or something else?
Well, just like everything else, you can only go so far. Like on free indicators on TradingView, I mean, people are making writing the script and everything, and they know they're going to be free, so they're not really putting much effort into it. Me and Josh like to really put some effort into the free stuff because I mean it's just it's good stuff. Kind of like the SNR, the reversal zones. I love the reversal zones. But yeah, the trend lines deal. I think he's been working on like 5 different things. Every time I come up with an idea, I'm like, Josh, write this for me, and it pulls him off something else. But from the last look he showed me of the trend lines, I mean, they were better than anything I've seen on TradingView. Anything. Because a lot of the trend
Yeah.
lines, they just spam the chart with just a bunch of lines.
You can tell there's a lot of effort going into this stuff. It's very clear. Very clear.
If you look at that aqua line, well, hell, even the yellow and green line, look how many times if you look left, how many times those come into play there.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
just so many times.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It might be why I was having him draw that. I can't really remember what really made me. I think I was watching somebody live trade or something. I was like, wow, okay. Because they were just like, oh, if it goes above this or that.
And look at how many times this tested.
Yeah.
1, 2.
So many times. And then even that big red
Yeah.
candle to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
It's good stuff.
Can you look at this on Amazon real quick?
Yeah.
Because I love Tesla and everything, but Amazon's some serious profit, dude. Especially if you're buying in the money. If you have the money to buy in the money.
We'll all have the money.
Whoo!
So, right. So.
Do you know how to use the measure tool, Prim?
I do not. I do not. I am so.
You see the little measure stick to the left?
I see that.
Grab that and then put it at the low of the red candle. And then measure down to the low of the green candle. I just want to see what kind of move there was after that break. The Friday candle, low of the Friday candle. Yeah, $30. That's huge on Amazon, dude. If you caught even half of that $15 move on Amazon contracts, good lord. And then the day before that, like if you took that break of the candle, yeah, that one. If you took that break and just rode that sucker, there's obviously a lot of momentum in there. Yeah, that was the really red day in the market. That's right. Man, that was a huge move, huge. And then the previous day before that, broke that little shooting star. Shit, I might start trading Amazon soon. Jeez Louise, almost $100. This is why Rhett was always trading it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I used to call him the Amazon whisperer. Dude.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning before for anything else. These guys are already making money in there.
Yeah.
So let's see this here.
Yeah, secret sauce. I mean, spelled it out for you too.
Take this as a pivot. I'll draw it right here.
Very nice, very nice. You see that red candle you drew started the line on there,
Yeah.
Prem? See, like that's a day I was kind of talking about where it's kind of an inside bar, not really, but even if you were watching the open and close of the previous day, so body to body, there was still potential to grab calls and puts on both those
ends.
breaks.
Ends. Yeah.
So as long as you got your exit strategy on point, or you're watching, you're just paying attention,
Yeah.
I'm sure on the 5 minute you could play, some type of, how close, where we at in relation to VWAP or something like that,
Hmm.
and or maybe look at the RSI on the 5 minute, and that's your exit.
So on this one here, pretty simple.
Yeah.
Again, I'll come up right here. All right. So there's a line right here. 32.45. 32.45.
Mm-hmm.
Call trigger. Do that sucker all the way. Right? But trigger is very easy. Right at that line right there.
Yeah.
3,200.
Tech's been
Yeah.
getting hit hard. Amazon as well. So
Yeah,
I wonder how much. Can you zoom out a little bit? Just curious at how much support's underneath that, because there can't be much. It's been getting hit pretty good. Boy, yeah, if it breaks that low, man, it could start moving.
look, if you think about it, you see this right here?
Yeah, and the wick on that shooting.
This right here, it's a move, there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it can go either way. It's right
Yeah.
here, those days. I mean, but again, safe way to play is until that
Yeah.
trigger hits. I mean, even if it hits that trigger, you have all of this right here. I mean, it's at 3,200, and all the way here where it tested, 3,198.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna drop.
Yeah, and if it's just not hitting either the call trigger or the put trigger, just have 3 or 4 or 5 things on watch.
Yeah,
Something will hit.
that's it. You're not looking all day for one thing, or
Yeah.
you just have a couple of things. That's why I've been just putting out a couple of those. But more and more, I just want to chart stuff that's going to move, and you can't unless you got deep pockets, you'll be able to
Right.
play all of them if they hit the triggers. But if they hit them, at least should be able to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you get your take profit line,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's only, I see, back to the left above the 22nd, there's maybe 1 or 2 inside bars, but that you couldn't have, that didn't hit the trigger. I mean, I see 1, maybe 2 or 3, but, that's where you're just looking at some other stuff. Especially if you have your alerts set for those triggers. I mean, just kind of go do whatever until you hear that sucker go off.
Yeah. I'm usually on the move a lot,
Yeah.
so I mean I rely on that alert just coming in
Yeah, that'd be nice.
and looking at it. So
And then once you get in the trade, just sit down, watch it, take your profit, and go on about your day. I like it. I'm about to try this.
let me know how it works out for you, man. But when you see me put those call and put options, that's all I'm doing. I'm looking to see where some stuff that we usually trade, or if I look in bar chart and there's something that we usually go at, I'll chart it out and just put the triggers out there.
Yeah. Let's
Everybody else, you just gotta watch That's all you gotta do.
look at Tesla real quick,
Just
because that's where momentum is. I mean, that sucker just moves, dude. That's why I love it so much. It's got great volatility. Yeah, look at that. I mean, just easy calls too.
mm-hmm.
By
Hey,
calls,
is there a certain time you wait for the trend to kind of show up, like after it opens at 8:30 or whatever, or do you do it like right away?
I'm trending these based on daily candles. So I mean, I can do this as late as like the night before.
Yeah, I'm saying like when it opens, do you wait like 15 minutes, then it's like doing a move, then you kind of buy your calls?
No, I mean if it breaks that target, whenever that price triggers at the bell opens, I'm taking the calls or the puts.
Okay.
yeah, do you Bonafide? Do you understand what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure everybody understands. Cause like if you look at the secret sauce there, if you look at the bottom green and yellow line, when it breaks those lines, he would be buying puts,
Nice.
and it's just that simple. And he can do this the night before, and man, this is
I mean, it could go up and retest,
it
right?
could,
And then
it
he
could,
would be like break even or
it
even
could, but
down. And
yeah, that's why we have our stops. I mean,
yeah.
you know, and of course we're not going to win them all, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Can't be 100%. They'd come for us
I'm
then.
looking at that 1052.
Yep.
Okay, and then right here.
Draw a line at that 1052 real quick. Look at how huge that level is.
Yeah.
Look at how many tests that sucker has. I guarantee I had that line on my chart. Look how many times, if you look left, how many daily candles that sucker tests.
Look, yeah.
Huge.
Right here.
Wow.
Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here.
Sheesh.
And then my put trigger will be right. Let me draw it out. Put trigger. Be right there.
Nice.
See, right here.
This is why I think it would like you were kind of saying with something with momentum or volume behind it, because something like Tesla, like it's gonna move, it's gonna be in a different spot today than it was yesterday.
Correct.
So almost guaranteed to get these triggers every day. You know.
Every time, yeah. So that's all this. I have to find a way to get a good stock. Something very works.
Repeatable. Yeah.
Repeatable, correct. And and then you just go after it, and the trigger pulls. I mean, you can if it goes up a little bit here and then makes another big, every way that trigger pulls, you're gonna make money on a Tesla chart.
Oh,
On
yeah.
if one of these trigger pulls,
Oh,
you're gonna make money.
How big was the move after that break? Because a lot of people probably doesn't think this is a big move, but I would say that's probably somewhere around close to
From here to
$30.
here?
Yeah.
So we're looking at 1018, 1013.
1013. What's the low of that red candle?
1009. 1009.
No, the
$9.
Thursday candles.
Oh, Thursday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 1030.
Yes, that's close to what, $15?
Yeah, $15.
So $15 downside move on one Tesla contract. I mean, in the money, it's probably at least $1,200.
Yeah.
At least. At least. I'm just quick guessing there, but
yeah.
I mean, I made 400 and something on a $1.50, $2 move. So
yeah. So
insane.
it's there. It's definitely something to look at. I mean, it's very simple. It doesn't take a lot of effort and work. It's just to chart it out and watch the triggers. For it.
Are you not using VWAP at all?
I mean, I'm using VWAP if I'm trading something that I haven't charted, or not using this the same exact way Dylan has been talking about using VWAP and Vision. I mean, I use it. The only difference probably is I like Vision on a 15-minute intermediate. It's just my kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of gives you the sentiment for the day on that.
Yeah. If I'm trading, based off of Vision solely.
I would say this strategy doesn't really require VWAP. VWAP's more of, am I sitting there and looking to get into more than one trade on this specific ticker? Trade it back and forth 3 or 4 times a day. But this is like it's solely you're looking for it to break that previous low or high of day. And then once it does, you just jump in for that break.
And of course, like this area, you'd want to probably, or take profit. We're like somewhere there. probably. No,
if it
first,
if it hit the call
first, yeah,
trigger.
yeah, and then
Okay.
probably second, you know, right somewhere here,
Hmm.
you know, um,
Which is huge.
yeah, yeah, huge, you know, on the bottom, and for me, I'm never looking to like my take profit, like say a stop loss on Weeble or whatever broker I'm using. Now, I'm just looking at these zones on TradingView. I'm never putting anything out there. This, you know, here.
The previous close, which is also huge.
Yeah.
I
So
like it.
can't go wrong, either way. I mean,
You see the 20th there,
20th.
a little bit to the left. December 20th. Sorry.
December 20th.
It's right there to the left side of your chart.
Okay, I see now. Yep.
Um, those two green candles to the right.
Hmm.
So clearly there was a gap up in pre-market there. So that's like one of
Mm-hmm.
them areas where I'd kind of be iffy,
Yeah.
because it never came back to test the
Mm.
the the high of the previous day. So if you're iffy, best to just go trade something else probably. Wait for it
Um.
like a clean pre-market and stuff to be there. You think it's gonna do it?
I told you, like
I can
probably
see
three
it.
lives ago, I like that 950 area.
Yeah.
I mean,
It did just bounce off what 900 the other day or couple
yeah,
weeks ago or whatever. That swing that I
yeah,
missed.
yeah. 950. I mean, I'll still keep them. I mean, it might never mean anything, but
I'm with you. I
that's what.
think. I mean, it looks similar to Apple. It failed to make another high, and I don't really see a big green bar setting up on Tuesday to climb
Mhm.
back above 1120.
Yeah,
Not yet, anyway. I'm definitely with
yeah,
you on the downside for sure.
and this might not happen, today or tomorrow, but
Right.
it's coming. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. We'll see. We'll watch them. Watch
It's
them.
Prem, one last question. I know you said that the horizontal lines that you drew there for support and resistance,
Yeah.
you use them as your put and call trigger, and then the trend lines that you drew, the triangle, uh, those are so. I think those are the ones that you said you use as a point to take profit. But then I can see, like in this example, I can see that the area for the support line and the target, the triangle, they are very close to each other. Like they're pretty close. Then how can how can you know which how to be? I'm just a little confused about that part.
Okay. The support and resistance are not. It just depends on where these pivot lines touch, right? So I mean, let me see. You're able to see the screen, correct? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right. Um, so where are we at right here? I think that was support, support, resistance here, right? So we're looking. Next day candle is probably going to open somewhere around here. And it might not open right at this 1052, which is your resistance, right? It opens somewhere around here, which is 1050. Get that or no?
Yes, exactly. I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah.
So waiting for it to break that, or even just $1 or two above that. to get an entry, my call trigger. If it breaks that, you know, that's going to be my call trigger there. Your put, since this is so close, very close to that line.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like
Yeah,
it's exactly meeting in the same point.
it's very close. So we'll take that as my put trigger. Looking at and 17, so 10, 17, 85. I'll take that as my put trigger.
So the put and call triggers are still the horizontal lines, and then the pivot points which you drew with the triangle. Those are your target take profit targets. Is that correct?
Yes and no. Here, my take profit target is not. I mean, my first take profit will probably be somewhere around here, only because right here, this candle opened. There, this green one, right?
So his take profit, he's saying, would be his yellow rectangle boxes.
Rectangle boxes.
Yeah, I get that. And so, what do these trend lines that you drew, the triangle, what do they exactly tell you? Like, how does that help? I mean, what is the purpose, that like the main purpose of those triangle trend lines that you drew from the bottom wick to the middle, and then from the up wick again to the middle, that they meet right in the middle? What is the main purpose of drawing these lines?
It's just a mini. I should say a trend line. You see, there's a trend line here. This is my pivot, so that's where I started this. Right, hit this candle here. Right, so I got 2 hits on here. Got another 2 hits there. They converge here. Right, depending on how tight or small your candle is, because this triangle on some other charts can be like this. Right, it can be like that. That point, your entry and exit are going to be different. You know, sometimes a call trigger is outside of that box, out of that triangle.
So you're watching for breakouts of those trend lines as well.
Yeah, yeah. If they're this tight,
Yeah.
you know, um, here it's not that tight, so there's no way for me to say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna wait for a call once it breaks here. You know?
So basically, what you're saying is whichever zones are close, because I mean trend lines are basically support and resistance.
Mm.
So you're basically saying whichever zone is closer is kind of what you take. And then you also look at how far the trend lines are from the zone to determine if you take the entry or not.
Right.
Makes sense.
Does that make sense to me?
Dylan. Yeah. I just want to show you something here. So I kind of retrace backwards here
On the gap.
in this gap, and look at where the center touches.
Yep.
There, look at the price. Right there.
Coincidence? I think not.
I don't know. We're just playing around with these charts, man.
Got to. That's how you figure stuff out.
Yeah.
I like it.
I could. Yeah.
Real quick, you want to look at AMC?
Yeah.
Because that sucker's got some volatility and momentum, dude. I'm telling you, it's a good trader every day. I definitely wouldn't hold it. It's junk, but it's definitely got some good volatility every day. Oh, wow, I see a big old support it had right there that it just slammed through. Uh-oh. Not looking so good. Yeah, see, even, I mean, right there, just based off you're calling put trigger, I mean, there's money to be made all over that thing. And think all the dumb money that's in that. I mean, just so everybody knows, if you don't know, I mean, what you're doing when you're trading is playing a game of who's more right. You know, there's a bunch of idiots on the other side that think, that this is going to go up. They're throwing millions of dollars in this thing collectively, easily on the downside. Make some loot. Yeah, I mean, just every day, just looking at these candles, at what would be your call trigger, your put trigger. It's really easy profits to be made. I'd say she's fading under 20.
Oh yeah. So I mean, easy. There. Call trigger. 20,
Hmm.
20 31. 20 30.
Maybe your put trigger.
Yeah. Right here. Right.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Yeah, I mean, just
There.
looking at the previous day, and then the secret sauce broke your put trigger and had at least $1 run
Hmm.
on some contracts there.
See here. Twenty 25.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the AMC. I know. If we want to put some calls here or here, you know.
I don't think I'd buy calls on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. It's just so, and then you're just looking at this overall. Uh,
But I mean, if it broke that call trigger, it broke the call trigger.
yeah, yeah. Even take it there.
Yeah.
I would comfortably take a call trigger right there.
Yeah, if it broke that high day, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, uh, take profit.
Right at the bottom of all those wicks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
At 2250.
Yeah.
Good old round number.
Mhm.
Simple-minded people.
there. Yeah,
Easy.
you know. I mean, you're not losing. You know, if you get in, let's right away and then get out. You know, just
Yeah.
depends on how it breaks.
Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, once you get into something like that, though, it's really, it comes down to knowing where to take profit. Like, so if I was somebody that had let's say, a percentage that they like to take profit on contracts, 10%. I mean, doing it this way, you're likely to hit 10% really easy.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
stick to your take profit, whatever it is. Whether it's like me on like the 15 minute Fisher, you know, which is of course similar to like the stochastic and stuff like that. But when I see the moment, like if I'm in calls and I see the long bullish momentum dying out, it's time to take profit. Whoa.
just look at that.
Prem, I'm sorry, I need to ask this one more time.
Yeah, no problem.
Um, I'm really not 100% confident if I understand those two lines that you drew in addition to the trigger lines.
Uh,
If you could give me one more example and tell me what exactly those two lines mean and how do they help us
he's
Gotcha.
decide,
confused
or
by your trend
like
lines.
what if we don't have those trend lines at all? Like if we didn't draw them, uh, how
I
would that
mean,
work? Or
I would not know because I don't do it without those with those with the trend lines with what I'm doing. I mean, for me, the trend lines, you know, okay, which day this is? The 12th.
Hamid, I think he's using the trend lines as extra triggers.
Yeah.
So
So this
if
would.
it breaks his upper trend
Sorry,
line,
go ahead.
it's he's looking for another. It's just another call trigger. If he's breaking his lower trend line, he's looking for another put trigger. I think anyway.
Well, I think that the trend lines are support and resistance zones.
Right.
So if you've got a trend line that's really close to where your trigger zone would be, you want to wait until the trend line is broken because the candle can reverse at the trend line.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's really close, you want to wait until that trend line gets broken as well. I mean,
okay, that makes sense.
that explains right. So if it's really close to where your entry is, you want to wait until it's broken to take the call or put. And if there's a decent amount of room for it to run, that could potentially be your next support or resistance zone after you take the call or put.
Okay, okay, got it. So that is the secondary uh, support and resistance lines, in
Right.
addition to your horizontal ones,
That could
which
be
are the
the
primary ones.
first. And if it's really close, you want to break that first in addition to your trigger line in order to take the call. Because you can take the call if it's really close, it reverses on you right away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
So this is snap right here. Okay, okay. There's so many gaps. There's one big gap right here.
Yeah, Tech had just got smacked.
Yeah. So uh, put trigger. Here. It will go like 37.65. 760. Be good. Here. And call trigger right here. Online.
You did it again, Prem.
Did it again. Oh, damn. Should catch him. 38.45. And in take take some profit there probably.
Yeah, after I get done with my daily scheduled Tesla, uh, I'm gonna have to start playing with this on some lower money stuff.
Yeah.
Now that I've grown my account sufficiently to where I can do more than just one Tesla contract a day.
Yeah,
And this.
I'm actually gonna start doing this on Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah. Snap would actually be a good one to do because Snap is cheap. It's good, and so
Yeah.
is Square is too. I love Square. It moves good every day.
What SQ?
Yep. For whatever reason, they changed their name to Block. Kind of like
I said
Facebook
Oh, yeah,
Metaverse.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, dude. Square moves great every day. And typically, like I said earlier, in the in the morning, once it sets its direction, it just sets sail.
Keep
That
running.
yeah, the whole day. There's not too many days where it just chops around, and they're cheap. I like it. Yeah, look at the secret sauce for Thursday.
Yeah.
You know, and it just breaks it and sends it. Same thing with Wednesday. Same thing with Thursday, Monday or Tuesday, whatever freaking days. There's the red shooting star there in the middle, but I mean, even that, it broke the call trigger. So
Yeah.
have your take profit set and let her eat.
And like you said, it doesn't look like it's too much on the
Right,
daily, but
right.
that's
That's
on a
huge.
5 minute. I mean, that's a hell of a run.
Yeah, well, I mean, from the call trigger there, probably around 144, it ran to 148.
Yeah,
$4 move. Sheesh.
it's huge.
On one in the money contract, that's probably at least 50%.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it, Prem. Thanks for showing us this.
Oh, probably.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
there we
I'll I'm just gonna send Josh a message right now. Say they they want the secret sauce.
go.
Tell them we want the secret sauce
Push,
now.
push, push.
There you go. So,
Hey, what do you guys think about Meta, the ETF? I know it's like 14 even right now. Do you
ETF.
think it'll ever be? I think it'll rip hard because it has like Nvidia and Amazon and Apple in it
There's
and
a
stuff. But
there's a metaverse ETF.
yeah, it's
No way.
it's really good. Like
Oh wow.
it's cheap too.
Oh
But
yeah, that'd be
I was
something
wondering
to
if
really
that'll ever
invest
have
in.
as much liquidity as like Spy. You think someday? Or
Doubt it. Doubt that. But I mean, Spy. You gotta just think about what Spy is.
yeah,
Spy's been the number one money parker for since I probably before I was born. I'm
yeah,
not. I know it was before I was born. Actually, it had to be before '91. But that if like that's the metaverse stuff is serious. I mean, it's kind of a joke right now, but it's gonna be like the new internet.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think it'll be solid.
Absolutely. And if
sure.
there's
I'm,
a
I'm actually gonna
bunch,
buy into it long
yeah,
term though.
right. That's why it'd be a good little thing to just maybe start accumulating every Friday you get paid. Throw $100 at it.
Yeah, like, didn't Spy start at like 20 or 40?
Oh shit, I don't know. That's a good question though.
Yeah, is there a reason that tech's getting wrecked so hard? Do they ever say, or just
Uh,
rotation?
I wouldn't say there's a reason really. I would say that in 2022 though, like what we've seen so far, it's just gonna be volatile as hell. It's a day trader's market for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not really sure if there's any really specific reason. I mean, you wouldn't think that they'd be getting hit. Expect well, at least EV stuff, you know. Which I seen an article earlier. The vice president of Tesla said EV is about to just take off ripping, which makes sense. I mean, you got Rivian coming out playing now. Um, I don't. Has anybody heard anything from Neo on actual cars being sold?
No.
yeah.
There was another a Lucid. They're selling cars, but they're just very high priced. But in California, they say you can go in California, you'll see them driving around.
Yeah, I think the Lucids look a lot better than Rivians.
Oh yeah, Lucid's nice. I wish they'd just hurry up and come out with the damn Cybertruck, dude. I want one.
Did they say the price on that?
I want to say MSRP was around 50.
Oh, that ain't bad.
No, not
That's
for
not
a
bad at
Tesla.
all.
They say the range.
Um, they did. I just can't remember what it was. I want to say. No, I don't really want to say.
Yeah.
I'm thinking for some reason like 600, but that's like I think Model X range. I'm sure they'll have a couple of different versions though, like dual motor and single motor and stuff. But dude, I just love them. They look like the Warthog from Halo.
Yeah.
And I know that's why Elon designed him like that. He had to be a Halo nerd to come up with that.
Loves his video games.
Huh. Damn Halo jumpers. Yeah, Prim, I like this. I just messaged us. I said they want it. They're coming with pitchforks. Yeah, that should be out by Tuesday.
Now you can see right here that range. Look, all this.
Yeah, just beautiful.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
There
Square. I mean, I see a couple. Consolidation days in there, but still, if you look at the open close of the bodies as your call trigger or put trigger, there's still money in there, even on the
Yeah,
consolidation days.
yeah.
And I mean, right there in the middle of your chart, probably let's see, December 29th area.
Hmm?
You see those just 3 flat bottom candles. I mean, that's an easy, like, just put a line there for your put trigger, you know. And then when that sucker broke, sheesh, it dropped like $20-something
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
That would have been a hell of a swing right there. I just don't have the patience for swings, man. I try, but I'm just like, especially right now in 2022 with how volatile everything is, it's kind of really hard to trust that you're going to be looking good tomorrow.
Hey, do any of you guys short stuff on Webull, or do you mainly just buy puts if you're shorting?
I just buy puts personally. I mean, it's got to be 100 times easier than actually shorting, you know. Which it's the same. I mean, it's the same principle, but you know, like if you're shorting, you gotta. I don't even know if Webull will let you actually really short, you know. But if you're shorting, you gotta borrow the shares, and then you have to buy them back and all that crap. So
The risk is too much, man.
absolutely, yeah. Because if you don't know, if you short and it goes against you, you can actually lose more money than you actually have in your account.
Yeah.
So it's not just the max loss I could do is my account. No, it's past that. And it'll keep going until they close you out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure then they put you on a do not accept list.
Do not accept.
Yeah, I mean you got to have something like check systems or something, you know, because how easy is it to just go open another broker? There's got to be something out there for them to protect, you know, the next broker, but maybe not. Hey, Prim, let's look at ETH on this situation here.
TH.
ETH USD, Ethereum. I'm just super because you know how bad I want to trade crypto. And I've got Cedar with MT4. It just makes it so easy to trade it.
I know.
Wow, that looks like SpongeBob.
Try this with crypto, but hey, here we go. Oh, it's daily. Let's draw these out.
Oh, there's a super flat bottom right there at 31.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I mean, the same principle does work though.
Yeah.
When it's not just consolidating. That's the problem with crypto here in the last couple months. It's just been consolidating. Maybe some other more volatile crypto chart. Maybe I don't know any cryptos really other than. I mean, I know the names, but Dot and
Maybe dot.
is Dot pretty volatile?
Sure.
Yeah, it's been a mover.
DOT
Dot
USD.
USD.
Yeah,
Right here.
right there in the middle. The USD. It's right there in the middle.
Further down.
Oh, yeah, I see
US dog. Yeah, it can definitely work.
This
Yeah,
one,
this one seems to be a little. This one's a better.
Yeah, for sure. That Ethereum looked like SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, I mean, there's still either way. There's definitely money to be made in there. And if you just don't touch it until one side breaks, Even when it's flat like that, you don't touch it if that short side doesn't break.
Yeah.
Once it breaks the long side, sheesh. Let her rip, tater chip.
There you go. That'd be it right here.
Yep. Yeah, your clear breakout zones.
I'll take that breakout outside right here.
Yep.
Because then you have what?
Good range there.
Yeah, you got at least all this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me pull this up some more. Take it there, 2850. You got all this.
Yep.
All that room, right?
I like it.
And then here. Take it from, if you take it, that trigger here, definitely got all this.
Yeah, there's some room there.
Here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at
Is that
least.
right? Yeah. But you have the potential to at least come. All the way there.
Yeah, and on Cedar we have really good leverage.
Yeah. Then this right here.
Yeah. It's easy money.
Alright, you see that?
Yep.
Yeah. So, could work.
Have you looked at this on US 30?
No, I have not. US 30, to be honest with you, because I have a strategy.
Yeah.
I have a strategy that works, and I have not looked at it. I played both ends.
You
This US 30.
don't fix what ain't broken.
Touch. There we go.
It's there.
It's there.
Don't let me mess up your strategy, but it's there.
No, man.
But I mean, easy to say that with US 30 because US 30 just has such a great range every day.
Yeah.
I love it.
I can pivot all the way from here.
Man, I can't wait till I get my office done and we're trading. And you're gonna have to join me at night.
I will.
It's gonna jump on live and both of us can just share our screen.
Yeah.
Trade it. Making the loot. Get them $50,000 weeks again.
Yeah. Look at there.
Easy money. Those daily candles make the move look so small, but man, does US 30 just rack up. Of course, if you have the proper lot size.
Yeah. Well, I'd be comfortable taking it right out here for my.
I say we're going down, but it's just me.
Yeah.
But yeah, long short call or long short triggers.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them is gonna break.
Trigger. Yeah. One trigger right there. The trigger.
Right up there. Yeah. Easy, man.
Right there.
Hey, Prem, I do have a question. Why do you set your call triggers on the wick versus the body on the put triggers?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
How do you set your call triggers on the wick versus the body on the put triggers?
No, they're not on. This is not on the wick ends here. Call trigger for this one is right here.
Like he means like your short side trigger is closer to the
On the
body,
body. Right.
Yeah. Well, if you see this body is, I mean, it's
right there
almost
on the
touching
trend
that
line.
trend line right there. Now it's almost touching, so you can actually that up all the way to that candle right here, because that candle almost touches it. See?
And basically, you could just say watch a break for that
Yeah.
trend line.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
I mean, if I didn't zoom in, I wouldn't. I mean, there's small space, but it's almost touching. If it was touching, it'd be there. It's almost right underneath it. Oh. I don't know if that answers your question. It's not on the wick itself or the body per se.
Well, no, I'm just thinking for myself because you can, if we took the break off the body on the upside, we can at least take it up to the trend line at a minimum for a take profit.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you could. Um, but what I am looking at right here, this is what I'm looking at right here when I see that outside the box. Me personally, yep. Is there profit to be made here? Absolutely. I'd rather, take it right outside there.
I like it.
And right here, that call trigger is there.
Got a lot of support right there.
Look at that. Look at this range right here. Much space.
A lot of support. A lot of support right there in the middle of your chart at where your red line is for the short side trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a ton of support right there.
That's what I say. If it breaks that,
She going.
it's gone.
It's like at least 500 point drop. Huge.
Where's that ruler?
I'm trying to get to those full one lot sizes, Prim.
You can't.
$100 per point.
What do you need in the account to trade that, like 10K or more?
I would say comfortably with a one lot. I mean, you'd better have at least 100K.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
But you don't need. But you don't need 100.
No, you don't.
You can start, yeah. I don't know if you got that. If he had got that or not.
Yeah.
But, I started off my one account with $300 when I first started. That kind of blew that out within probably 2 days, 3 days, and then I paper traded like a week, and then loaded it up with $500 and took that to 74.5, 74.3.
74,000.
Yeah, in 7 weeks.
US 30
And
is
how big were your lot size usually?
Started at .01, and as the account grew, I just grew up, grow it with that. 0.5, 0.2, take it all the way up.
my favorite to trade was a .1, $10 per point, up or down. It was great.
So I mean, it is doable. I told Dylan, I usually play both ends with vision on intermediate. 15-minute. That's how I play that. That's it. I don't touch anything else. I wait for a signal, and that's it.
And it works
That's it.
apparently.
It works. That's it.
Yeah, US 30. It's where the money's at.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
But
And
I mean,
so if
options,
you were trading
same
that
thing.
with the way he showed us like a week ago with like trading off the daily, and then with the secret sauce, would it be way too noisy like with S and R too?
Are you talking about the way I showed the monthly and weekly lines?
Yeah.
Oh, if you haven't traded on US 30, I mean, where are you at? It's insane on US
yeah,
30. With I do, of course, either 5 or 15 minute with one of the scalper modes because I'm in and out probably a lot more than Prim, but of course it's just how's your trading style, you know. But yeah, with those monthly and weekly lines on US 30, I mean, it's just easy money.
yeah. The line's gotta be there.
Yeah.
Once the line is, I mean, vision to work at least bare minimum. You're drawing out your lines.
Yeah, because once you see a clear, a nice just little bounce, either rejection from a resistance or a support from a support, and then Vision comes in one or two candles after and confirms it. I mean, it's dude on US 30, it's one of the it's US 30 trades technicals so freaking well. Like on stocks, you got you like I seen a bear flag on Tesla daily chart not long ago. Everybody else seen it too. Is in the Benzinga news. And so I'm like, okay, I'm loading up calls. And of course, next day the thing just breaks the bear flag like nobody even seen it. And I'm like, come on, dude, you can't bullshit me. That was like manipulated as hell. But US 30 just, I mean, it just respects every single technical line. So if you have them in the right place, you're golden. I mean, if you haven't, if anybody here hasn't traded US 30 yet, I would at least say grab a paper account and play with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's paper account. Just get a strategy down that works for you. You know,
Yeah.
once you get it down packed,
One piece of
just flip your
advice
account.
is do not get cocky and oversize your trades.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll eat your lunch.
I listen. I've made 74 k, but I think I'd shown Cassandra that or someone my I was running a total negative of at one point $69,000.
Sheesh. Yeah, in 2 months I took 600 to 18,000 and
Yeah,
got cocky. I was like, I'm gonna try some half lots. So I tried one, made some good money on it. Tried another one, made some good money on it. Tried the third one, and I was killing it, dude. I was up $2,900. I'm like, I was just like, no, I'm taking profit at 3 grand. Well, it never got to 3 grand, and I closed the loss at $8,000 negative. So to heed our warning, do not get cocky on US 30. It is you can get cocky on
it'll
stocks, options, whatever you want to do. Do not get cocky on US 30. It'll put you in your place real quick.
take all your money.
Just say
Take
sit
all your money.
down, be humble.
Yeah,
But it
but I
also
mean,
like
before you'd see all those people, saying they made a bunch of money on forex and this and that. But then when you do get on it and you trade it, I mean, it is very doable. Just got to get a system that works and stick with that system.
yeah. I think the most profitable thing about forex or anything like oil, gold, anything in the forex market like US 30 and Nas 100 and stuff, German 30. I think the most profitable key factor about those is they run 24/5. So
Yeah,
you can trade them all day long and
yeah.
all night. And I did too, boy. I barely slept.
2 o'clock in the morning, my wife wants to know who am I on the phone with. Me,
Jake,
US 30.
Jake from State Farm.
Uh, she see me set an alarm for 2 o'clock in the morning. I said, waiting for this morning to
Yeah,
go.
me and Callie went
I
out
get
to
it.
eat one night. Her mom was even babysitting the kids, and we went out to Texas Roadhouse. And she was like, "See if you can pay for dinner," you know. And I was like, "Shit." I made like
Yeah,
3 times what dinner cost. US 30's
yeah,
addictive.
yeah. It is. It is. And then now with Cedar FX, and you can load it into your Cash App. Makes it pretty easy.
Yo, yeah, dude, it's so easy with Cash App. Other than they're watching Cash App now for the taxes.
You doing 4 EMAs like the 9, 20, 50, 200 or what?
Who, me?
Like both of you guys, I guess.
Um, if I'm trading something, I'm doing the triple EMA. Let me show you. This is what I got.
At the
So
top.
no 9 or no 20.
No, this one here.
The 9
Yeah,
is
the
really
21. Yeah,
made for like
2150.
stocks
Yeah.
and stuff. The 21, a lot of option traders use on stocks. For me, if I'm trading anything with EMAs, it's only US 30 and I'm using the 20 because it bounces out the 20 on 5 and 15-minute charts very
So
well.
the 20 is like a monthly pretty much.
Uh, See, I only use it on US 30. If I'm trading stocks, I'm only caring about the VWAP. But I don't like. I do suggest you look at like the 200 and the 50 on daily charts on the stock market and probably even on US 30 and stuff too. EMAs are very important on forex and stuff like that because they don't use VWAP, so they use support and resistance and moving averages. But yeah, on stocks I just VWAP is my line of choice.
So this is why I like the 15 minute.
Oh, you got bull. You better get ready to get in.
Oh, oh, look at that beer. Look at that beer.
Yeah, for me, intermediate just waits for too much confirmation.
Yeah. Yeah. I say, when I am running a restaurant and I'm trading at the same time.
You look at scalper mode on that
Scalper.
on that 15-minute there. Yeah, see, and if you had your lines on there,
Yeah.
all those 3 bear signals, I guarantee. I mean, you can see it. It got rejected by a resistance there. Just easy money.
Hmm?
Hey, I forgot how far back were you going on the daily and or the weekly, monthly? Like 4 weeks.
There's no how far do you go back. It's just you grab what shows up as the structure, the support and resistance, the clear, swing high, swing lows, and then I grab everything around the current price from the monthly. I grab all the open, close, high and low in a range around the current price because those will all come into play. And then I grab a few lines from the weekly and then I just go straight to the 5. I don't even think I have grabbed anything from the daily in the last 2 or 3 weeks because by the time you get done with the monthly and weekly, I mean, you have all the important areas that you're going to grab from the daily anyway. Of course, if you want to grab stuff from the daily, definitely do it if it fits your strategy and stuff. Oh yeah, huge area. Easy. I mean, come on, man. You see that rejection how many times? I mean, that had to be at least what 2 or 3 hours it got rejected by that area. And so the bear signals were just easy confident plays.
Yeah.
And then the bull signals there in the middle, easy. And this is on the 15-minute. I mean, I see 500 points 3 or 4 times there, and on a .1, that's $5,000.
Yep. Easy money on US 30, man. You just like you said, you can't get cocky.
Nope. That's your major problem with US 30. If you get that in check, you're good. And of course, just don't go out there just buying and selling everything. Like, have a method to your madness.
Look at that there. Where do you think this is going?
Right there. Maybe to the bottom of let's see, what price would that be? Yeah, right there where you're at. That
Yeah,
might be a
36.
small rejection, but I don't see it being very much. But again, I think we're going down overall. I have just a feeling that the market's tanking. I mean, how long has it been since we've been to close to the 34,000 mark on US 30 here? It's been a while, and
Oh, wow.
it's getting pretty close. Yeah. See, go ahead and draw it. Rejection. Yeah, dude. What, man? And to think people just skip the whole fact of just the factor of just drawing lines.
Gotta draw 'em.
Vision tells you
Gotta,
what to
gotta draw 'em.
do on those lines.
Yeah.
You just gotta put a little bit. Vision can't see the lines. You need to help them out.
You know, would be really funny is if we see the rejection
Right in the middle.
right here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You got a point.
This time right here. Right? Right, and get more touches here. That is more sealable. If it's way there, it probably is first rejection point there.
Yeah. Yeah. Draw our lines. Vision will tell us what to do.
Yeah.
Forget about the rest. Love it, Prem. Love it.
Well, I hope that was help for some of you guys. So in the morning, when you guys see some options play, it's kind of what I'm pushing out for you guys, and take full advantage. I mean, if there's something you guys want me to take a look at, just push it through.
Is that always in general chat, or where is that?
I'm being putting it under now where it says watch list.
The main watch list or community watch list, Prim?
I put it under the community watch list. Which one do you think would be
I
better?
will. If you don't, I'll add you the permission. But I would say just go ahead and put it underneath the main watch list.
In watch list. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can post it there.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna cut the recording off now because it's